let's talk about fake financial gurus out there. You spotted these gurus. You probably have seen them on YouTube. They are always doing a few things that are hilarious because they're so similar to one another. They always have a picture or a video of themselves in front of a Lamborghini or a private jet, and you have to think for yourself: does every millionaire drive around in a Ferrari or Lamborghini or fly around in private jets? Actually, most millionaires don't have these kind of cars. So why do they do this? They do it for one reason and one reason only. They think that you believe that. In a way, it's kind of an insulting thing, because they assume that you have like a cartoon view of rich people. So they are willing to act a part. They're willing to rent this car for the day, or this fancy home, or this private jet. They're willing to do whatever it takes to make you think that they're living the life that you believe other people have. And it's really an unfortunate thing, because they have an incredible understanding of human nature. Then they also know that you crave this kind of lifestyle. They know that you don't want to be some loser driving like a Toyota Camry or something like that. You want to be driving the Ferrari and the Lamborghini. So the next step that they always will say is they'll talk about how they started out really broke, or they had a tough time in life, and that they did something that they could share with you that will allow you to also have the same kind of lifestyle that they have. So they always try to identify with you. Oh, I grew up broke. I used to work 80 hours a week in an office. I hated my job and stuff like that. And they usually will go on and on about this for like a whole hour in their presentations. I even found it intriguing in the past. I thought, this is so interesting about how you can actually live the same lifestyle that they have. This is what you can do, and they're identifying with you. And that's a really great trick, because they know that the more time that you spend listening to them, the more likely you are to soften your natural impulse to say no. Because the longer you know someone, you start to have trust. If you spend hours and hours listening to them, your trust starts to build. And it's the same with my videos. If you watch a lot of my videos, you start to trust me, and that's a good thing, because I'm not trying to sell you a phony course. But these people are, and they know that the more you listen to them, the more you're likely to buy from them. So the third thing that they all do, and it's really kind of a funny thing, is they all promise you that you can pretty much make very easy money. It's not a whole lot of work, but they have like the secret of life. They have the secret to how to become super rich. If you pay the $3,000, they have some secret that most of the world is trying to stop you. They'll even have titles like, other rich people don't want you to know this, or stuff like that. And of course, all you have to do is pay $3,000, and you'll learn the secret that other wealthy people don't want you to know about. And I think it's important to also think about one thing that's really interesting about this. I don't know any person who's like on a Forbes list of the richest people in the world who have paid for like one of these courses in order to build wealth. You'll not find someone in the top 10 list that, oh, they watched the video, they paid $3,000, and now they're super rich, because they don't have to do hardly any work, but they found this secret that the wealthy people have kept from them. I think that just doesn't really exist. Another thing that I've noticed is that they all are very stingy with the refund policy. They all have all kinds of gimmicks to stop you from getting a refund when their nonsense doesn't work, and you're not making any money from their nonsense. So you have to think, if their strategy was really, really good, why would they have to be so stingy with the refund policy? You would think, hey, everybody's getting rich off this policy on my courses. Why don't I just give them a refund if they don't like it? And the reason why is because almost nobody makes money, gets rich, drives a Ferrari or a Lamborghini as a result of paying for the course. So I think that's an unfortunate thing. The people have literally got scammed from them. And that's another thing. They will oftentimes blame the people for not figuring out how to do the strategy. Like when people start asking, how come most of your students aren't rich? They'll say something like, well, most of my students didn't watch most of the videos. They didn't learn all the techniques that actually really work. So they're kind of literally blaming the customer when the strategy doesn't work. And then the last thing of all is, if their strategies worked, why do they need to rent the Lamborghinis and the Ferraris, the fancy homes and the private jets? Couldn't it be open and honest about the fact that they don't own these things, and that most of their money comes from selling courses? It never absolutely ever comes from the ways that they tell you that they make their money from. They don't make the money from Amazon FBA. They don't make the money from teaching you how to sell very high price commission items or anything like that. They all are just making money from the courses. And hey, I can't blame them. It seems like it's actually a very lucrative kind of business, and I'm surprised more people haven't gotten into it. But I'm telling my subscribers, don't fall for these jokers. I mean, you don't have to even think about it. If you're selling $2,000 or $3,000 courses, you really don't need to sell too many of them to make a ton of money. And a lot of them spend money on ads so you all bump into them as a result. Anyway, this was my commentary about these fake gurus, and I look forward to hearing your comments below. Let me know if you've seen their ads or what do you think of them. And don't forget to subscribe and gently hit that like button, because if you don't, then you're going to end up being gullible. See you in the next video.